Hello guys and welcome back to another Star Wars video from me, and in today's Star Wars video we are going to take a look at my entire Star Wars book and comic book collection. That is something new that I do have in my collection actually. I haven't been, buying a lot of comics and books throughout the years, but in the last couple of months or the last half year, I have been buying a lot of Star Wars novels for my collection and also some comic books, and I did want to make a video about that. So here we go. I have a little bookshelf at the corner of my room here, and I put all my books in here, so I'm going to go through all of them. As you guys can see right in front of you, there's also some merchandise spread onto those shelves, basically to spice those shelves up a little bit more. So I'm going to start off here at the bottom, which is the easiest way for me. So starting off with the merchandise here on this shelf, we do have Rey and Kylo Funko Pops from the Starkiller Base versions, a Funko plush of Boba Fett, and then a Cat Bane Disney racer car. Going on to the books, the actual video, we do have the Clone Wars official episode guide for Series 1 and 2, which is a small guidebook. We do have Dooku Jedi Lost, and then we do have the new Clone Wars Stories of Light and Dark hardcover. Really cool book, actually, the Clone Wars Stories of Light and Dark. It basically has the stories that we already know from the episodes that we've seen, but basically told by some other character, so from a different point of view, if you want to say it like that. So I do have that's really cool. We do have, next to that, or beneath, below those books, we do have the Old Republic books, so you guys can see that, with Fatal Alliance, Deceived, Revan, and Annihilation. Those are the four Old Republic books. And then staying a little bit in that Old Republic era, we do have the Darth Bane trilogy with like Path of Destruction, Rule of Two, and Dynasty of Evil. Then some more legend stuff with Tarkin and Darth Plagueis. Those are really great books, both of them. And also Darth Bane trilogy is really good. Then we do have Darth Vader, The Rise of the Sith Lord, or something like that. I don't know the exact title, but that's a book that is there. Catalyst, a Rogue One story, which is basically a nice book to have if you like Rogue One. It adds so much to the movie. We do have Star Wars Kenobi. Again, a Legends book. This won't be canon anymore, and with the Kenobi series coming up, this is definitely an outdated book. Then we do have Star Wars, The Essential Guide to Warfare. Then we do have 6 Clone Wars annual books, which is, I believe, all the books that they've released for Clone Wars, all the annual guides. Then we do have Star Wars, The Essential Guide to, or the Essential Atlas, I believe. So this is a great book if you want to know more about planets and the stuff in the galaxy for Star Wars. This is a great book. And then we do have Star Wars, The Clone Wars, Incredible Vehicles or something like that. Incredible cross-section of the vehicles. Great book as well. So yeah, that is it for shelf number 1. Going to shelf number 2. Moving on up into the current canon books. So for merchandise here, we do have some 6-inch stuff with Han Solo and Greedo, with some 3D printed like cantina diorama pieces, which I got from a friend, which is really cool. The table and the benches. We do have the 6-inch Black Series Cal Kestis from Jedi Fallen Order. 2 Funko Pops of Revan and Malak. Really cool. And then going to the books here. On top, we do have the official episode guide for Season 1 of the Clone Wars. And then the paperback Ahsoka novel by E.K. Johnson. However, this is the pre-published edition, so before it goes to all the stores. These are the books that they send out to the stores to let them know that this book is coming up. Do you want to order it? Do you want to sell it to the customers? And it does have a different cover than the regular novel. Then we do have the Chuck Wending trilogy Aftermath, with Aftermath, Life Depth, and Empire's End. This basically tells the story, what happened after Return of the Jedi and in between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. So this also has the Battle of Jakku in them, in Empire's End. We do have Star Wars Phasma, Origin Story of Phasma, Heir to the Jedi, Bloodline, Lords of the Sith, A New Dawn, which is a Star Wars Rebels book, Master and Apprentice, a Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan story, Dark Disciple, which is a continuation of the Clone Wars, which is really, really cool to read, Straight from the Force's Mouth, which is the autobiography of Dave Prowse, who we sadly lost last year, but this one is also signed by him, the man himself. Then we do have Lost Stars, a Claudia Gray young adult novel, which is very popular and also very, very good. And then we do have the official Ahsoka novel by E.K. Johnston, a small Clone Wars book, and then the essential guide to the Star Wars Expanded Universe comic books and comics. Comic books and novels. So that's a really great book if you want to read that. It does feature a lot of like connection points between the comics and the books. If you like the Expanded Universe, if you like legend stuff, this is a great book to have. So that was another shelf here. And then moving on up with this shelf, this is more the comic book era with some, get some SH figure arts, samurai versions of Boba and Jango, nice bookends of the Empire and Rebel logo, some SH figure arts figures from The Last Jedi, and then going on to the books, we do have the Art of Clone Wars. I believe this was released in season 2 or 3 during something somewhere or along those lines during season 2 or 3 of the Clone Wars. They never updated this book, but this is a gorgeous book. It's a must-have, but I know it is super, super expensive on the aftermarket, so I hope they gonna update that book one day. And then we do have the Dark Horse trade paperback comics. This is basically the way, that's how I like to collect the comic books in trade paperback form. So everything on here is like the entire Legacy series. We have Crimson Empire, the entire Dark Empire series, the entire Tales of the Jedi series, Star Wars Purge, Star Wars Darth Maul, Star Wars Force Unleashed 1 and 2. We do have Star Wars Visionaries. So a bunch of trade paperbacks here, and then also some Marvel ones, some newer ones, with the Rise of Kylo Ren and the Kanan the Last Padawan comics that I do own. And I've read all of those. Most of these are pretty good. Then we do have Star Wars The Clone Wars by Dark Horse. And then we do have Dark Empire and the Tron Trilogy in book format, which is basically the comics, but then in a book form. It's just a different edition. And then we do have Shadows of the Empire, this blue one here. And then these three here is the Tron Trilogy, the original Tron Trilogy by Timothy Zahn with Heir to the Empire, Last Command, Dark Forces Rising, the three books, those very iconic books of the man Timothy Zahn. And now I'm going to have to step up a small little thing because the last shelf here is right on top, and you can see Maz Kanata there sitting on a book throne. But you can see some random figures here with some Cat Bane stuff, General Grievous Funko, some Disney stuff. So this section is basically the guidebooks or the making of books that I do have. So it does feature like the Old Republic Encyclopedia, the Art of the Old Republic, Ultimate Star Wars, and Making of Star Wars, Clone Wars Visual Guide, Rogue One Visual Guide, Episode 1 Cross Sections, the Ultimate Action Figure Guide for modern stuff, and then we do have the Vintage Action Figure Guide as well, and then some Tron comics, which are the Dutch versions. So there you go. And then behind those Disney figures, we do have the newer Tron trilogy. So Tron Treason, Tron Alliances, those three books. And then the fourth book here, which is Tron Ascendancy, which is a prequel to that trilogy. And then all the way in the corner there, we do have 12 issues of the Clone Wars Dark Horse series comic books. They only released 12 issues. I have them all. It's a great series. And then next to that, we do have the Star Wars hardcover edition, which is basically the original story of Star Wars right before George Lucas changed it up in 1976, 75, when he wrote the original script. So that's really cool to read, actually. So there you go, guys. That is basically it for my Star Wars book collection, as you guys can see. You can also see that a lot of these books are hardcover editions, almost all of them. That is the way how I collect the Star Wars books. I love the hardcover editions. It looks really great on display. It's also more fun to read. I like it, just like it more the hardcover editions, and you can see trade paperbacks, some merchandise. So yeah, there you go, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be back with some more videos very soon. So until then, keep collecting, and may the force be with you. Bye.